Let's go.
What's going on, yo? How y'all doing today? It's Friday. For most people, it's the weekend coming up. Not so much for the restaurant service industry people. Y'all know y'all's Friday is usually like a Sunday. Maybe Saturday if you're closed. That's what business I'm in outside of some trading stuff. So, but it's all good. For the majority of people, it's the end of the week. It's Friday. Woo! Party time, whatever. All that good stuff. I hope y'all had a great trading week. There wasn't really much to do. We're just range bound and more range bound. There's just infinite rangedom. Here we are. But again, we're kind of been expecting that. Just waiting for. Oh, let me go to live scene before I forget. We kind of been expecting that. Just waiting for the Fed meeting coming up next week. It looks like the entire freaking world is really zoomed in on it this time, which is odd because it wasn't like that in the first quarter of the year. So, whatever. It is what it is. What you gonna do? Hey, here for a bit. What's up, Mr. Akers? How are you doing today? And so, yeah, we'll just jump right into it because I probably won't be able to be on super long today. Try to do a video earlier, but sometimes, you got that kiddo with you. It's hard to do that. Let's see. Bada boom, bada bing. Let's get it in. Total market cap. Hey, look, it's the same shit. All right, so we don't have to look at that. Pretty obvious ranges here. Oh, look, it's the same. Still bearish on the daily DMI. Whatever this box kind of was a symmetrical ascending. I don't know what the hell it is. It's consolidation. That's all that matters. Let's just go to Mama Bear, because that's the ultimate king or queen if it's a mama. I don't know. Whatever. Has been doing goodness on the quad U's, huh? All right. We'll go check it out here in a little bit. All right, so here we go. A decent reaction. We were talking about this yesterday. It's a pretty good reaction off here, but the thing that does suck about this is a daily did close below all these bodies, and right now we still are just making a lower high. All right. Excuse me. We are just making lower highs. So, I mean, daily still needs help. I mean, we're lower lows, lower highs. We're trying to base out on this low 30K area, but there's just not much there yet. There is a little bit of new, like we got the bulls back in the neutral zone. I'm sorry, in the weak zone. Neutral zone is up here. But in the weak zone, not the forgotten zone, this is like there is no bulls right now. Below 10, but they're trying to creep in the lower time frame. Like the 458 has actually flipped to just kind of like indecision sort of, and it's like it looks like it's trying to base here, but like we said yesterday, if it can hold like 35K ish for the next like day, or probably like through the weekend and into Monday or so, it does have a pretty decent setup of maybe creating a higher high here, but you know, until we see it, it's just kind of like whatever. And right now we're just struggling to just get over this 37,000 handle. You can see just, I mean, how many candles is this now? This is about 3 days of attempted, but hey, the bears haven't been able to pull it down either, so that's kind of good. Let's go to futures, because I do put more weight on those, technically speaking. Yeah, they still need some work. Showing a similar posturing, though, for the spot price in the about 35K-ish. As long as it's holding there, this is probably the best attempt of a reversal that we've seen in this whole consolidation pattern. So, it's not too bad. How did the weekly close on this guy? Yeah, I mean, just another... I mean, what the hell? This is just ridiculous. The weekly is still pretty bearish, though, to be fair. I mean, you can't really be bullish on Bitcoin being sub the 21 weekly MA. That has usually not boded well for you in the past. Let's see. Daily. Yeah, I mean, it's trying, but we're still making lower lows, lower highs still. I mean, we just really got to reverse that trend. And what changes that? A daily closure above 39.5-ish. And you can see we're just kind of riding down the EMAs, stuck between the 200, 377. Same shit, different day since the big sell-off on the 19th. There really hasn't been any changes in this structure so far. So it's just kind of like, damn, hurry up. I can't wait for this next week to be over, this stupid Fed meeting. It's going to be great. Seems like everyone and their mom is watching it right now. Oh, Bitcoin volatility is pretty high. Up on the upper end of the range. If you're a premium seller, that's nice. Let's go to Ethereum. Yeah, Ethereum actually looks worse than Bitcoin, which is funny because it was the leader for a long time. On the weekly, it still looks better because it's above the 21. But on the daily, it's starting to look kind of saggy over here. It's just, I mean, look at this selling pressure. Lower lows. I'm sorry, lower highs. And it was kind of a symmetrical ascending type triangle thing, but we've already destroyed that. And now we're kind of getting a bearish reset on the 458 here. I mean, this is a pretty bearish setup. Anything back below this 2300 area, I do think we'll come back and test these lows. So Ethereum needing a little bit more help, which is funny. Maybe Mama Bear is going to regain its dominance here. I mean, yeah, and you can't really get too excited until it breaks the 2800 level. So it's like the same shit, different day we've been talking about for way too many days. It's like 23, 28 until it really definitively breaks those areas. It's just range trading mode. And I'm still mostly in cash, just chilling. Just posted up. Let's go see what futures are doing. Your kid has the best TA. Oh, thanks, man. Weekly aiming to go under the mama. Oh, you're talking about on Bitty Bits? Yeah, I wouldn't call that quite yet. A lot of times when you have these flat spots in the mama, those provide pretty damn good support zones. And they usually get front run, kind of like we're seeing here. I mean, I wouldn't even be surprised if we just chop all the way to the mama here over the next couple of weeks. God, that would just frustrate everyone to death. Bore everyone to death for the whole month of June just being bleh. But yeah, it's the mama. We do not want to see that. The mama below, or price below the mama, is very bearish. And we can go back in history, and you can see that numerous times. It didn't get faked out on this run, the previous one, as soon as it lost it. Oh, here's a good example, Mr. Scott, of it kind of just going sideways and then bumps into it. Now, it was just a bullshit rally and closed back below it, and then it was the abyss. It went. But once it regained it, hey, it was on. The mama on the weekly is definitely the best one for Bitcoin. And, you know, it's not going to ever get you in the highs. It's actually going to be quite off the highs most of the time. So you could see here, I mean, that's like 50% off the highs over, whoops, what the hell? Over here, it's probably about roughly the same. Yeah, about 50% off the highs. But, I mean, when you're talking about it gets you in at $290 or whatever and doesn't tell you to get out until... you know, 8,000 in this run, you know, that's still a pretty damn good return. Yeah, you didn't get 6,000, but you only got 3,000. Damn. And then for this one, crossed at some point right here. And you can see the kind of the same thing. It didn't get the ultimate high, 17,000%. Jesus Christ. You only got 10,000. Jeez, terrible. But it's okay because it you don't have to watch it that much. If you're want to be hodler mode, the weekly mama is actually pretty awesome. Here, let me do some chart cleaning up for that. I'm kind of glad you brought that up. So if we do this, take out not all of this stuff. We just want to hide the drawings. And if we take out that stuff right there, you can see that it's pretty damn clean, right? For the whole time. Well, it even got the Corona dump in it. So it was saying that it's bearish with a fake out breakout right here. No follow through. Regained, bears regained control. So you could even see here when it broke back above, consolidated very, very nicely above it, and took off. So, I mean, yeah, there's a chance that this bitch just runs into it and just starts running again here. What would that be in the beginning of July? Maybe we have a 4th of July super pop. I don't know, but, you know, the weekly is a badass on the mama, regardless. So, yeah, let's see if we can just hold it. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if we do as well, too, because, I mean, this is just lackluster in all the ways. But that's okay, because it's boring people, pissing them off, frustrating them, and that's all good. But, yeah, pretty funny little top. It's a weekly BART pattern. See that? Weekly BART pattern. That's pretty wild. All right. Anyway, there's a super mama there. Oh, and also with the mama, what I'm going to do next time on the mama, which I was going to try to do on the last one, but I didn't really perfect the mama, though, until probably like 2018. And, I mean, nothing's perfect, but I didn't really optimize it, I should say. I didn't optimize it all the way until about like sometime in 2018. I was working on it while the market was all bearish. And so what I'm going to do next time for the mama is when it crosses below it, I'm going to slowly start doing DCA when it's below the mama average. And you can see, yeah, there's still going to be massive dumps in there, 60% here. I mean, you got this one here, 60% there. You also got this one too, 60. Wow, they're all about 60%. Okay, so I'm going to start DCAing on once this goes below that. So that's kind of my strategy for the next cycle. And if it doesn't go below that, well then shit, I'll love it once it gets back above, you know, mid 40Ks. Really like 47K on a weekly would be real sexy for probably further upside. All right, that's enough about the mama. Let's put back on everything here. Close that up. Go back to ETH futures. ETH futures. Or wait, we were on ETH by itself. So let's go do that. Yeah, look at this. ETH is actually... Is it? No, it's not. Sorry. Nope. ETH is this kind of similar posturing with the Mama as well. A little bit more sloppy, though, than Mama Bear. But still pretty good. And right now, ETH, same shit. Like, I think we left off on that before I went on the Mama tangent. 28 and about 23. So as long as we're between there, it's just a big nothing burger. Futures are... Yeah, let's get the oscillators. The futures are still very bearish, though, on the daily. Weekly, man, we ain't got shit. I mean, we're below the 10 simple, but I mean, that's not really going to do anything. That's not really helpful. Ooh, this 3-day close is kind of gross. I don't like that. Closing on the bottom of this candle and taking out all these bodies, too. Yeah, that's not the sexiest close for Ethereum on the futures. Again, Ethereum looking a little bit heavy. Litecoin, I mean, dude, what the hell? This is like, it was kind of a symmetrical triangle. Now it's kind of a, I don't know what the hell this is. A busted, retarded triangle. But, I mean, this has got pressure. The bears are in control still. You know, especially on these daily time frames. Oops, wait, I already got that. Erase, erase. Bam, put the lines back. There we go. I mean, and as long as this thing's below 180s, there's just nothing bullish yet about it. So lower lows, lower highs, major support around like 140-ish. But, I mean, other than that, 140, 180s. There's just nothing to really do. Ethereum Classic, just kind of consolidating. Prices being accepted below 60. That's not sexy. That is not sexy price action, and bears have regained, or almost, they're about to regain dominance on the oscillators. Let's zoom in a little bit. Yeah, I mean, just, oh God, everything is just like this between the long-term MAs. I mean, you just can't. It's just boring. This is just boring and frustrating the shit out of everybody. This is a pretty bearish read on XRP. We were talking about that yesterday. XRP does not look very good. This is not my favorite read. Anything below like 80 cents, I think, is probably going to come test this horizontal again. But if it doesn't do that and it stays, it's like 80 cents to $1. Like everything's in this about 20-30% ranges, and until they get out of there, I mean, you either can sell some delta neutral strategies or something like that, and that's with options, or, you know, you just got to sit on your hands. I'm still in 98% cash, so I'm just patiently waiting on the sidelines here. XLM, looks worse. This is terrible. XLM looks garbage below 36 cents. I mean, this looks like it wants to test the lower end of this range in the upper 20s. DOT, this is like a bear flag. You know, if we flip this, you're like, oh shit, this looks bullish as hell. Well, it's not, because you got to flip it. So, not very sexy on DOT either. But again, until it gets out of these stupid ranges, and that will be about 18-ish to about 25. Until it's kind of breaking out of there and having a few candles, you know, moving past those zones, it's just whatever. And I mean, we got all bearish reads on this. I mean, look at this. Bearish. Bulls going back into the weak zone. I mean, you got all the EMAs about to reset again on this thing. Man, anything below, I think, 1950, this thing is probably going to come test some lows. So not too sexy. Man, altcoins don't look very good, man. Mama Bear really is kind of saying, hey, don't forget, I'm king, bitch. Yeah, I don't like that either, but until it really breaks this $20 level, you can't get too bearish. And 20 to 30, this one's got a pretty big range on Chainlink. It's one of the larger ranges. EOS is actually trying to be on atop its 2 hundo. And on its weekly, it's okay, but weekly's really got to get back above like 666, the devil's number. It's a little higher than that, actually. It's funny that happens a lot. It's more about just like $7, just to keep it simple. But yeah, I mean, just not. This sucks. Any price back below like 450, Yeah, we're probably going to come test the bottom end of this range here. Just nothing really new. There's no new info in most of these charts. It's just the same shit we've been talking about for, like 18 years or whatever it's been. Yeah, nope, don't like it. Maybe opportunity right here if you got some balls, a steal. Anything back, though, below 135, I'd probably look for 1 teens there. BCH, also just garbage, lower lows, lower highs. There's just no momentum. Bears are in very, very dominant position on the low time frames and on the high time frames. This is kind of a sloppy H pattern, I guess. So, maybe there is some decent support right here at like 540. So maybe if you got balls of steel, holding it to about 540-ish. I'm not taking that position, though. I really just want to get this stupid, dumb meeting out of the way from the Fed before I really do anything. Sideways chop zone. Whatever. Sideways chop zone. Same shit. I mean, I'm just going to really start flying through these because it's really the same exact crap. Sideways chop zone. There it is. You see the ranges. Look at this. It's basic bitch stuff here. 160, 115-ish. And, I mean, really between the 200 and 377, it's just nothing burger. Nothing burger. I mean, none of this is good. It's not terrible either, but it's just not good for bullish stances. It's just kind of like, dude, let's go. Let's do something, man. Dogecoin back below 1,000, just hovering below 1,000 sats. Trying to hold on for dear life here, but very indecisive. Oh, I'm sorry. Why I'm on the 3 hour? I meant to click the daily when I went over there. We are breaking out of this channel. Doge bulls better step their game up this weekend, or it's probably going to get real fugly. Any price back below this 29 penny area. We probably test at least 27-ish cents, and then we'll have to reestablish. But, I mean, just more sideways range crap. And, range trading is profitable for sure. That's a really good one. You just got to make sure you got to be very fluid in range trading. Like when you get to the bottom of the range, like a lot of times what'll happen is your psyche will be like, oh shit, this time it's going to break out or break down, whichever side you're on. I mean, and there's no way to know that at all. So it's like you have to just take the probabilities and don't think about it and be like, okay, I'm by the bottom of the range and then sell the upper third of the range or whatever. But a lot of times, in my experience, what I've noticed in range trading is if you trade lots of stuff and you're trend trading some things or scalping or day trading, and then you try to get into range trading, it's really hard to flip your switch when you need to. It's like, oh, you buy here, and then it starts rallying, and you might get all excited and think, oh, 3 white soldiers, this bitch is going to the moon, and then you hold it and you give your gains up. In range trading, as soon as it goes to the other end of that range, and I like to use a third, buying the bottom third, selling the top third, and vice versa, you got to just take it. You cannot get greedy in range trading. That will destroy your P&L. All right, let's go to equities. See how they close, because that's pretty lackluster. Oh, look, exactly like this BS. This is what we're kind of anticipating, just flat stupidness. I mean, this is just as boring as Bitcoin, really. But really, above 4,200, I'm not too bearish, and even can kind of go all the way down to about 4,180-ish. But yeah, market's just waiting for that Wednesday meeting. NASDAQ didn't really do anything. Kind of nice candle yesterday, but just bleh. Bulls could not get it over here. And they're not going to go over here because the market wants to hear what the hell the stupid FOMC meetings are going to have, or minutes, whatever. But outside of that, it's got a nice posturing with the EMAs. You just don't got no momentum on the oscillators, like zilch, nada, nil, not. Any other way to say none or zero. 3 hours, okay. 850 looks okay. But yeah, just got to hurry up and wait. What's the weekly look like? Oh, that's a pretty decent weekly close, taking out these highs. I do like that. But again, stalling right up against the 14K area. Mega resistance there. Passing 14K on the weekly most definitely gets us to 15,000. Oh, not so sexy close. Wow, the Dow closed down on the week. So, is it sniffing out something it don't like? Yeah, it's kind of ugly. This is kind of taking out some stuff, some structure, but I mean, it's holding this horizontal so far, about 34K-ish. So, as long as it's holding that, it's all right, but this is a little bit fugly. It's a little bit fugly. Can't really get much off that. We got to wait a little bit more into next week. Let's see here. What the hell? Someone's knocking on my door. All right. Give me 1 second. I don't know who that is. All right. Yeah, it's just the AC guy came up. All right, he's our AC is kind of being a little lackluster. You don't want that to break here in Texas. That is brutal. I've had that happen a few times. Anyway, y'all don't care about that. 2300, beautiful bounce off here. I did nibble on this 2300 level yesterday after when it closed right on it, because I mean this is textbook sexiness. Break out of the top of the range, come back and retest it to confirm it as support, and we are getting that. This daily close is actually pretty damn sexy. Let's go to weekly. There's nothing wrong with this. Obviously, there's resistance right up here in this zone in the upper 2300 handle, but nice reaction, though, so far. So I do like that for some continuation. I did take that off early this morning, though. I just woke up and saw that it had popped. Wow, man, what was it? Like around 2:30 or something. Not 2:30 p.m. 2:30. Yeah, about over here, like up on this. I was like, oh, that's pretty good. Yeah, I missed out on 5 more points, but whatever. I wasn't trying to make that like a long-term hold anyway. It was just trying to bounce up to the upper end of the range. And so, following my plan, got out of that for a nice little gain. But now we're just going to wait, because I don't want to hold a lot of stuff into next week. I actually cleared out most of my positions in equities for that. So, all right, let's go. Dow Jones. Ooh, Dow Jones has actually broken the mama. Okay. But it hasn't broken the 55. So usually when you break the mama and you're right on the 55, you usually get bounces back up into the mama. So this one is showing some weakness, though. This is a little bit surprising. There does seem to be like a buildup of some pressure for bears. And what's crazy, like we were mentioning yesterday, I mean, dude, the ES can dump like 5% easy and still be in a bullish structure. So depending on how the weekly closes or whatever, but I mean, it can still dump pretty far, like, and still look okay. So let's go back over here to Dow Jones. But yeah, this is interesting. Little, what is that? That's almost like a descending triangle right there. Let's see. Let's measure that move a little bit. Let's see. Oh, but now. And you're probably like, what the hell is that? Whatever. It's just the top to the bottom. And I'm just sloppily drawing this pattern on there. Does that make sense? You can kind of see what I'm looking at. Badow. And we use this and the measured. Yeah, measured move is only down to about 15,000-ish. So, yeah. A decent reaction, but this is a little weak. That's a little weak. VIX chilling. I mean, just going to the abyss. Will there be a big spike off this trendline cross? A lot of times you do see big reactions at major trendline crosses. So Yeah, this next week, there's going to be some movement next week, that's for sure. There'll be no shortness of moving actions. 3 hour on VVIX too. It has just reset and is showing a little bit of potential pop action. So, yeah, there is some stuff in VIX and volatility products that are hinting at a little pumpity pump. All right, look at this. Earl coming right up to our beautiful little trend line. Or not our beautiful trend line, the movie's trend line, because we're all watching the same movie. And so this is good. I took all my energy off today, though. They were in pretty nice profits. We're right up against. I took some off last week, too, and today I trimmed everything off. So I don't know what y'all think about that, but yeah, I'm done with that trade. I got to just we just got to see what happens, because I'm not going to have all my risk on the same that I had back over here when we're way up on A. Oh, hell, what is this? A damn 12-year channel that it's been in? I think it's '08. Yeah, '08. Literally, exactly 12 years. June of '08. So, or sorry, 13 years. My bad. Lucky number 13. Oh, I would love to get more long here, though, if we break out of this thing and consolidate in the 70s. Oh, my goodness. That would be awesome. Bonds. Are they agreeing? Yeah, bonds weekly close. Wow, bonds actually look like they are finally ready to get some pumpity pump. But again, with that Fed meeting coming up, got to be a little bit careful. Notes looking pretty good, but still got to be a little bit careful here. TNX just chilling on the lows. Yeah, so nothing really there. Dixie just chilling on these lows. Yeah, it rallied today, whatever. But it looks like I don't know, weekly. Blah, whatever. I mean, it's just hanging on to these 2018 lows at around 89 bucks. As long as it's holding 89, it's just whatever. Euro. Oh, Euro actually took a little bit of a... this is kind of a bad close, but we're right on the Mama 55. But anything... 120 is the line in the sand for this pair, so we just have to kind of wait there. Let's see. We'll get clarification, I think, on a lot of this stuff next week. Bull crap right here. I mean, on the weekly, it technically looks all right. Just kind of chilling here, grinding up the short-term MA. And really, as long as it's above 15.4 handle, whatever, it looks fine. Looks fine. Let's see. Shanghai. So I don't really like this weakness. We've lost some of the momentum on the daily. And just going into next week, too, I just took this off. I had a good trade from down here to up here, so I took that off. Like I said, I went real light. Gold. This is pretty ugly. But, hey, it's just coming right to the damn horizontal again. Does it find support here? Maybe. Maybe. Weekly is about to get pretty sexy, though, if we can hold like low 1800s for a little bit longer. But again, we're going to get resolution, I think, on a lot of this stuff next week. Silver, kind of just whatever, super sideways. I don't really care about metals right now. We had good plays on those for a while, but just coming up into this stupid meeting and everything going sideways, it just kind of was like, I'm just going to wait. Get that out of the way. Yep, platinum, just chilling, nothing crazy. Palladium, same shit, different day, and this is going to be the same too. Yep. It does have like the Russell, though, it does have a pretty nice daily setup. Another daily close above like 23, or a daily close above 2300 would look really sexy. All right, I think that's it for the major list. Let's see. Why only 20? What is that, like nothing? It's like a cheese pizza. Okay. Alright, so, sectors, anything big? Probably nothing too crazy, no. Retail's kind of been rallying a little bit lately. But, I mean, right at the top of this box, and it's just whatever. Yeah, I don't know. I don't really think... Oh my god, AMC trying to pump again off these lows. This This is probably done, but you never know in this crazy market. Let's just wait for till next week to really dive deep into individual stocks and stuff like that, because it's just high risk right now. So especially with all these technicals pointing to the middle of June, so we just need to really get resolution on those, get that shit out of the way, and so we can move on. What was I gonna look up? Oh yeah, this real quick to see if there's anything that's actually moving. Chili's, nah, and that's it. Nothing. Bull crap. And this is just gonna be some one-off shit anyway, I'm sure. Yeah, whatever. It looks pretty much like everything else. What the hell was that just popped up? What is Severstall futures? I don't know. They just came out though. What the hell is this? Severstall. I just accidentally found that. What the hell is a Severstall? I don't even know what is this. Steel and steel-related mining. Okay. I don't know anything about this. Kind of just searching here. Alright, so steel, just infrastructure, commercial building type stuff, it looks like. Yeah, alright. Just never heard of that. So we got Severstall steel futures. Weird. We got water futures now, too. Someone sent me something about, like, fish futures, like canned fish futures. There'll be futures for everything. Anyway, let's wrap it up. Mama Bear. It's just bullshitting. I mean, it just ain't doing shit. It's just still lower highs, lower lows. We got to break that trend. It's close. It's the closest it's been on the lower time frames in this whole consolidation. So we're almost there. If bulls are going to do it, they best be doing it on this punch here, or we're probably going lower. And again, we're going to probably get resolution on a lot of these formations across the markets next week. So let's look for that. I'm going to go sign off here. Got to get ready for some work action. And much love. Thanks for tuning in. I hope you'll have a beautiful Friday and a more beautiful weekend. Positive vibes your ways, man. All right, guys. Much love. This has been Z-Rex, No Noise, and I am out. Peace.
Game over.